Look who it is. Look at these beautiful, beautiful people.
Who is it?
What? I
said, look who it is. And I was like, who is it? I'm not there.
2 Mondays in a row? What's going on?
It's wild. It's crazy.
I also realized I have to change that fucking intro completely.
Maybe
There's a lot that is no longer correct with that.
Keep the song though, because that song slaps.
Song's dope.
True.
Yeah,
Song's great.
Yeah, Duke did a really good job.
I was just sitting here,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He sent me like 3 songs, and he was like, "Here's this song," and then the outro are like, just the same song, like once way slowed down. Like Super Spike and Shaggy. Jeez, you guys are more on time than Warrior was.
Wow.
Damn.
Warrior, you got lucky.
Have I been here the entire broadcast? Sounds like it.
You got lucky. If you're gonna be late, Ben said you were just gonna end up.
He wasn't
gonna move
I was
you.
not gonna put you in your favorite.
I have never been late.
The problem is you're going to have to put us in a correct order because you got to put us up and down and show the document. You got to get in order again.
It's gonna get moved around again. No.
Maybe.
You got to finish that fourth quarter, baby.
Maybe he goes.
Go around, introduce thyselves, who you're playing, what's a bit happening, all that good stuff. Yeah, Warrior has been on since yesterday's stream. What are you talking
I have.
Never left.
Sleep.
I've been here the whole time.
I've
been here the whole
time.
Even at one point in the middle of the night, if you missed it, he did some squats.
I did a lot of squats.
He got even more subscribers for it.
So many dollars.
So many squats.
That was one of the wildest things.
That's the actual joke. You're actually tuning in live for Warrior's Subathon. Let's get that level 10 hype train going. Let's go.
If you're lucky and you pay enough money, and he'll get one of those little hot tubs, and he'll just put it in his living room.
Yo,
Warrior, the hot tub streamer. Yeah.
Look, I'll do it.
I think you should become Hot Tub Warrior, and then you like do a talk show in a hot tub.
That sounds great. Someone give me a hot tub.
But everybody wears clothes.
Yeah, of course, obviously.
Full outfit.
So beautifully uncomfortable. I'm all about it.
Yeah,
wait.
I'm so hot and wet right now. That's the name of the show. I'm so hot and wet right now.
It can be called Boy Stew.
Ew! Oh!
What if there's girls, Ben?
No.
It can be called People Stew.
That sounds worse.
That's what happens at Convergence. Have you seen the hot tub? It's
yeah. I would never get in that.
Or any convention, really.
One of the grossest things I've ever seen was not long after I moved to Minnesota. My parents had like their 40th wedding anniversary, and they were like, okay, like as a family, we're all going to go to Cabo. And I was like, cool. And they were like, oh, we'll stay in this like all-inclusive resort. It's like, okay, sure. And so we did, and they had a section of one of the pools was like a swim up bar. and if that was not the sloppiest, most disgusting like water, because it's like drunk people who have been alcohol's free. It's just
Yeah.
drunk people all day like sloshing like weird
No.
rum drinks around, and it was
Every
just
12
gross.
hours, there's just someone dumping industrial 5-gallon buckets of chlorine through the
I
system.
wish,
people's
man.
heads.
It was unpleasant.
And that is the Joker's origin story. Hi, I'm Shan Townsend.
Oh my god, that would be amazing as well. Just doing like true crime stories, but doing them about comic book villains. Hello.
With like Robert Stack style.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
man. They tried to get us on track, and it just doesn't happen.
I try.
It's Soylent Green. People still. I thought Soylent Green was like dehydrated people. It was like people jerky.
How many times did I see people leave to go
Yeah.
to the bathroom?
That's what they're wondering.
Look, I feel like in most cases, for a lot of people, pool is the bathroom. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're like bathroom.
people are like, oh, I'm planning to spend like 4 to like 10 hours outside in a pool. Like, but I think I'll get up and pee in a room. I'll get out, I'll dry off, I'll put some like flip flops on, I'll walk to a place. Like, no,
I'll
they're
stumble.
not
No.
doing it. They're
No,
not
there's
doing
two
that.
kinds. There's two kinds of people in the world: people that pee in the pool and liars. All right, that's it.
I
People that
firmly
pee in the
I'm
pool and
saying
liars.
Mhm.
All right. Anyway,
I don't even. Yeah, no.
who are you?
No.
Who are you playing? What's
Hi, I'm Troy McClure. No, I'm.
or
I-
better than Robert Stack? What if it was oh god, who's the guy from Dateline that Bill Hader does the impersonation of?
Oh God.
Oh.
Oh no, I don't
You know
know.
what I'm talking about, right?
I don't know.
I know what you're talking about.
My dad does a really great Walter Cronkite impression. I will say that. It's pretty funny. And it's always, but he always says the same thing. It's always, I'm Walter Cronkite and I have a tornado in my pants. I don't know why it's that phrase.
Keith Morrison.
But
It's Keith Morrison.
Keith Morrison.
Keith Morrison.
Unlike Keith Richards, in which nothing would make any sense.
Tornado in my pants reminded me that I went to see Dune on Saturday. Finally, it was very good. But they were playing
Did your
in
blade
the
chip and shatter?
what?
Did your blade chip and shatter?
I didn't bring a knife because I was at a gunfight. And
Did you get popcorn?
the like TVs in the like Phil wanted to get like a drink, and so there's like a TV playing like previews, and there was a preview for Twisters, which is
Yes!
Twisters
Yes!
2.
Oh, I'm
And
so ready.
I think that is a good sequel name, but I don't think it's as good of a sequel name as Two Wister. Anyway, that
I
was
hate you.
that
I
was-
hate you because now I'm mad. Now
that
I'm
was
mad about it.
that was me taking 3 minutes to tell that joke. So,
That's amazing.
God.
Worth it.
Well played.
Spike, you're so right. Oh my God, I forgot about that. I forgot about that. Oh my God, it's been so long since I've watched Good Morning Vietnam. That's right. He does do that in that movie, doesn't he?
All right.
Okay,
Who
whatever.
are you?
Hey, shit, no one fucking cares. You can find me on the internet. Go.
Hi, I'm Chris Hansen. Have a seat. Off the rails again. No, I am Nate. I am playing Twig Swiftstrike, Otterkin Rogue Warlock, and I do stuff. So there we go.
You do stuff.
I am Richard. I play Snicked, the Kenku assassin.
I am Cassandra. I play Amulet Sticky Fingers. I can't talk. It's been a long
Did you
day.
say amulet
fingers.
stinky fingers?
I tried to say
Stinky fingers.
I tried to say stick fingers for some reason. I don't know.
your stanky fingers.
It's been a very busy work day, and I have to do some work when we're done with this. So it's not done yet.
Ooh.
Training day first quarter is always tough. I am Amulet Sticky Fingers. She is a Kender barbarian. There we go. Got it out.
I'm Warrior. I'm worried about what happened to Twig during his summer vacation. And I play Montgomery Burnside. He's a GIF teenager.
Hell yeah.
I just got real mad about an April Fool's joke. I'm sorry. I'm gonna derail us for 2 seconds.
No. Did you get to introduce yourself, Shan? I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. I'm just laughing about something. I am Shan. I play Artificer Charity Momart. And I'm laughing because the wonderful Multiverse Monarch, who's an amazing VTuber that I follow, you should watch her. Not right now. You're here. Focus. Keys.
My
keys,
eyes are up here.
Keys.
My
Jingle,
eyes
jingle,
are
jingle.
here.
Her Discord. She put like there's a notification update on the Discord, and I keep going to click like Mark is red. Why isn't it working? Amma, you bitch.
That's very cute.
It's very good.
My
I
favorite
feel like
was
you're like just a cat following a laser pointer.
It's like
my favorite. My other favorite was like a couple. I feel like it was a couple years ago on Twitter, where everyone just put the GIF of the like buffering. So you just waiting. So good.
That's good.
So good.
I like it.
All right. I believe we ended with Richard. So we're going to just let's do this. I think that was the order, right?
No,
A gift to switch me and Amulet.
Perfect.
I don't even know. Whatever Nate says.
Yeah, I wrote it down.
All right, perfect.
I wrote it down.
It's going to be Amulet for turn 38. We're going to pull a card.
This is the brand new season, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's the final phase, the fall. Leona is exhausted with the continued pressure and demands the stone grid begins to fail. Completely. All right, your card. 10. Oh, heart.
Oh shit.
I lost. I gotta find the. I lost.
What was that, Nate?
I
He's
looked at
reading.
what it is.
Okay.
I've lost the link to it. I have to go find it again.
It's
I
a
Don't worry,
know.
I'm pulling it up on screen.
Okay.
It's watching
Also,
the
Spike, if that is an April Fool's thing, I'm gonna be pissed because that's brilliant. The democracy dollars in Helldivers? That better not be an April
right.
Fool's Day thing.
10. Magnar escapes, causing Victor to lose control over the hunger. How do you deal with its bloodlust? What do you decide to do to Victor? Can a balance be restored between these two Can a balance between these two entities be restored, or all is consumed? The hunger overwhelms Magnar and Victor. It becomes a roiling mass of black tendrils, literally devouring everything in its path. How is it stopped? What happens to Magnar and Victor? Is the hunger finally gone?
Hey Ben, you know I had a real rough day, right? Why are you doing this to me?
Doing what?
You
You just have to make a decision.
know how? Yeah, you know how good I am with decisions. Oh boy.
Also, were you saying you hate me or do you hate someone in chat?
Who?
No, whoever wrote these.
Oh,
Oh,
which has been in
I
chat.
mean, yeah.
Oh,
mainly me, but chat did help.
I mean, God, I feel like Magnar escaping is the least of the smallest problem, maybe? I don't even know.
like other than that, Mrs. Lincoln, how was
Yeah,
the day?
how was the play?
I know. Yeah, I guess Magnar escapes is the
That's
best
what
we
you're
can
gonna-
hope for.
That's what you're gonna go with?
I don't know.
How are
I
feelings?
don't know. I was not ready for more decisions. I forgot what was going on until you reminded me. I was like, oh shit.
Okay. Then you need to tell us what happens.
Can I default to whatever you says happens?
No, that's not how this works.
He did a lot of work yesterday.
Can
I did a lot of work on this.
A lot of work.
Hey, I let him
Yesterday,
stay
too.
home Saturday, and I went to visit the family by myself. Feel like I just
Wow.
That sounds like a you problem.
so it was work.
Wow.
Work.
Why are you talking about old stuff?
I'm sorry that I was hurt.
Didn't our sins fully just get reset?
Yeah.
Yesterday? Isn't that what Easter is?
It's
Big
not gonna,
reset
it's
button.
not gonna work for me, brother.
Is
I
that how
was
it
gonna
works?
say
I think so.
you clearly don't know me very well.
Jesus comes out of the cave eating an Easter bunny chocolate thing, and then he hits that Staples like that was easy button, and sins absolved. So,
Are you sure
freeze,
it's a
freeze
chocolate
frame?
bunny?
Freeze frame as
I'm not.
the general.
He was in
freeze
that
frame
cave
as the
for a while.
General Lee jumps over the cave.
Yeah, yeah. I can't confirm or deny it's chocolate. I mostly get my religious knowledge from memes. So
That's solid.
Ben, can you remind me what the Victor Magnar situation like was?
Yeah, Victor now had control over the hunger, and Magnar was assisting him rather than working against him. So they were kind of had it under control. But
Why would he escape then if they were working
because
together?
he found a way to get free and get his body back completely, no longer being a tiny little Jiminy Cricket figure, instead being a full-grown boy.
What does Victor look like? Because wasn't he in Charette, but then
no.
gave Charette to charity? Or
Yep. And then he took Magnar and the hunger from charity in exchange.
so he was trying to hold that all within his own personal body, or was there some other thing going on?
All within his own personal
His
body.
body.
Oh, how in the hell can he do that? What's the scale of the bloodlust?
I mean, do you remember when we played
It's a long time ago.
and you guys met the
Vampire
hunger?
the Masquerade, like
Do you remember when we literally
and
killed
Boone
Magnar?
ate a kid?
on a scale of rage to torpor, like
So you're talking the bloodlust from the other game, not even part of this game.
Well, the hunger is from that game.
Yeah, but I don't understand. Like, I'm trying to figure out what when you talk about like.
The hunger is from that game, Cassandra. That's what the movie was about.
Just think about David Bowie on steroids. That's the hunger. I will allow you all to help. Since
I can't
since
quite.
We've been working on this for 15 minutes.
This is not my strong suit. You know that,
Cassandra. So you're like, don't think of it as like a super logical sense. Like, joking aside, like just think of it as like uncontrollable, just like ravenous, like like.
I guess I
super
just
duper hungry.
Yeah, I just don't understand. I'm trying to remember.
It has to consume. It's a metaphor for capitalism.
But so it's a it's a separate entity. It's not Magnar. It's not Victor anymore. It's on its own, right?
No.
I see. This is where I'm confused.
The
I'm just
hunger.
confused.
It's in the highlighted. Victor's body is controlled by the hunger that is just eating everything. The hunger has to have a host, and it's using Victor's body. And without Magnar there to help him control it, he's just subsumed by this entity. Now is the part where you drop the joke that says pass.
I can't say pass is a problem.
I was waiting for you to do it because it would have been pretty good.
Pass. I'd love to pass.
Yeah.
I don't know. I honestly, my brain's not even like, I can't even wrap my head around it tonight. Because in order for him to control it, he's going to need someone else, right?
No. That's why it says, what do you decide to do, Victor? And can a balance be between the two entities be restored? It is literally like your opinion, man. There is no right or wrong answer. You could say no, and that we had to, nuke the thing from space because it's the only way to be sure.
But then we'd be nuking Victor, right? That's what I'm honestly not understanding the situation. I'm not trying to make you mad.
You're not making me mad. I'm just like not sure how to explain it any differently. You've been playing the game. You know these characters.
This was but this whole hunger thing was like a whole nother game ago, and my brain doesn't go that far
No,
back.
it's
You know
been
that.
in this game too.
Yeah, but it's not something we've been addressing and working on. Like it's just been.
We have though. I mean, it was. It was
Okay,
around. Like,
I do
He got
pass,
it-
Ben.
he
You
got
go
it-
ahead and have it.
yeah, I get it though.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Victor. Okay, here we go. Victor hungry. All right,
Mhm.
and then but Magnar leaves, and now Victor hangry. Right.
Yeah.
So, what do you do about it? Like, what are we going to do about hangry Victor? Are we going to give him a Snickers? Like, what are we going to do?
But that's what I was trying to figure out. Like, what's the equivalent of like what would keep the thing satisfied versus like, do we need to just destroy it? Like,
Well, here's the fun part: we don't know. This is a primal we don't know what this is. We
mhm.
just know that
Yeah,
Victor's saddled with it and he took it on. We don't know the solution. We're just kids. We're shitty little kids. We don't know.
It's a fey entity from the domains of dread. So
Mhm.
yeah, I mean,
So we are cheering and we don't know. We don't have the answer. So the question is less how do we solve this perfectly and more like what would some kids try to do?
also, what would be the funnest story?
Yeah.
Well, I know, and that's where I don't do well because I don't do well with vague concepts. I base everything on facts. Like me personally, that's what my brain does. So that's why I struggle with these things. I feel like we would try to find some type of containment thing to put Victor in, but I don't even know what that would be.
You could build one.
Oh,
Like,
honey,
if there's like a gem or like I feel
Actually,
like
can I make a suggestion?
Of course, you guys can work together.
Yeah.
There's a billion Warforged suits on Stormsong, just lying around,
Oh, that's right. You have been searching them out.
We've been searching them out. And Charity knows specifically of a very, very nice, pristine one.
Basically, you could iron lung them.
You
That's
could iron
kinda what I
lung his
was.
ass.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking. Like
Mm-hmm.
contain
a
it for the
really-
time being.
There's a really nice one. The downside is it's very close to the Archmage's Tower, so it's right by the Capitol, but it is pristine. It is in a museum in a well-kept place, but it's literally in the place where we've been planning on going. It's like literally the whole like heist situation.
Mhm.
That's where we're going.
So
That's where we're going.
in the meantime, just think about like if anyone's familiar with the character Carnage from the Spider-Man stuff, it's basically that is what's going on. The thing instead of just killing, though, it's eating. So,
Put the bug in a jar.
yeah. So you want to
I want to put the bug in the jar, which we've done before with May.
which is exactly what this is. Remember, it's not like a slimy thing. It's just like bugs. It's like weird.
That's what I want to do. But I'm guessing we're gonna need a project to figure out how to make
To
that
lure it
happen.
in there. Yes, that would be. Do you want to use that as an action?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. We gotta get him in there. In there.
How many turns?
Oh god, this doesn't feel like a little project. I mean, it's kind of got to be all hands on deck though, so they don't destroy everything while we're trying to.
They're not just attacking you; they're attacking your enemies. They're attacking everything.
I know. Well, and then probably innocent people too, and that's kind of like where I think it needs.
All is food.
Yeah, I think it needs to happen sooner rather than later. But can we make it happen in like 2 weeks?
Yeah, I would say yeah. You just gotta. You know what you have. You just have to be able to get it or get him there.
And that's what I had to figure out in the 2 weeks because I don't know what that answer is right now.
All right, excellent. You got 2 weeks. This would mean that. Holy crap! I got this all thrown off now. I don't think I can move anybody in this particular view. Okay, screw it. We're not going to worry about it. That will bring us to Twig. Twig, your card is the 8 of Hearts. 2 of the fronts who are fighting upon fail. All projects, in effect, reduce their die by 2 weeks. Or a hidden truth about the stone grid is uncovered. Start a project related to this discovery. So you could end the Magnar project or the Hunger project right now.
But Ben, there's hidden truths.
There are hidden truths. I know how much you love
You
hidden
love
truths.
hidden truths. That's
I
your favorite
love
kind of truth.
There's one thing I know about Nate. It's deals and hidden truth.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Hidden truth. Hidden truth.
I mean, I was reading ahead to some of these, and there's a deal I want to make. That isn't this one, but we'll see if I get that one. Let's discover that hidden truth. So rationing of magic is in full effect at this point.
Yeah.
But with
Oh.
Charity's help, we've discovered how to get around that.
How so?
So we're going to start a project.
You can't do that. If you do a discovery, you can't start a project.
Start a project related to this discovery.
No, not on your turn. You can make a discovery, you can have a discussion, or you can start a project.
Right, but it says in bold, start a project.
Then you have to start a project. Discovery is not what you get to make up. It's just that there's a hidden truth.
Yeah.
I would get to make up the hidden truth, I guess.
Oh,
I don't
I thought I made it up that it's
Yeah, you know what? Screw it. Who
hidden
cares?
magic.
I'm already off the rails enough as it is.
All right.
Let's argue about it for 20 minutes. Let's do it.
It works for me.
Is magic would be a scarcity at this point, right? Because
Yes,
they
magic is
rationed it.
scarcity. Yeah.
All right. So we're going to start a project with the help of all Charity's fancy magic science knowledge, I guess.
It would make sense.
To get the power to the people, I guess, for lack of better wording.
Oh.
So we're gonna try to distribute some of that magic.
It would be rerouting.
Mhm.
I like this. With knowledge of the world, Charity went to the same school as the Archmage. She was actually an Archmage candidate, which the crew probably wouldn't know until this time. Charity was an Archmage candidate. She was almost the Archmage of Stormsong. She was too unhinged, obviously. Not the right temperament. So she has the knowledge of how the grid works and how to help control that magic. Serves to stand reason she could help figure out how to reroute and rewire some of that power and redistribute. It's not easy, but she
But
can
that's
help.
why you're the best. What do you think? 4 weeks?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. Also, remember when the king gets drawn, it's over.
Yeah.
It's over.
All right. Monty,
Yeah.
the 3 of Hearts.
3. Oh, no, it's 2 parts. I'm just really itching to make a very dated joke.
That's fine. A magical storm erupts from the stone grid. Choose one. Spend the week doing damage control, boosting morale, fixing supply lines. The week ends immediately, meaning you don't get anything else. Plan a direct assault on Leona's location. Gain a scarcity. This counts as starting a project. Or a desperate, nefarious third party seeks amnesty. They bring with them much needed resources. Choose one. Welcome them to the cause and remove a scarcity, but no project dice to reduce this week, or reject them. And you decide what the resource they could have given, why it is so important to winning the war, and what is the consequence of turning them away.
I like the magical storm. Magical storm sounds cool. I've never been in a magical storm. I've been to Gaelic storm. And I think that I think we obviously are going to plan a direct assault on Leon's location.
Okay.
And that feels like, of course, we
What is your scarcity going to become?
I think we have to push tech really hard to like get ourselves in there.
So tech goes from abundance to a scarcity.
Yeah, we have a limited supply. There's no lithium on this planet. You know,
Yeah.
That was a joke. There might be lithium there.
All right, top of the pop. Charity. 7
Yo.
of hearts. A good omen from an extraplanar ally or allies occur. What is it? How does it affect your allies, and what does it do to your enemies?
Ooh. That's That's a good question. It'd be kind of cool if Basana showed up.
That'd be dope.
Well,
I
I mean,
love that.
you are also dealing with the sleeper as well at the same time. So yeah, that could potentially kind of end that.
Yeah. Yeah, let's do that. I like
Okay.
that. That'd be rad.
So Basana shows up and does what?
Can she be... What if she's like free of her contract until this is resolved?
How
Can
about
she
this?
see us through to the end?
She's not free of her contract, of her agreement, but this has become such an issue. It now has her focus. And while this is going on, it has taken away the restlessness from your allies. So you're no longer low. Your allies are no longer fighting a two-front war there.
Does she have the ability to maybe shield us from Delwine so he can't exhaust us?
Yeah, that's kind of that's basically
Cool.
what I'm saying. Is like,
All right, cool.
because now Delwine has to also fight a two-front war.
Nice. Second loser.
Eat my butt.
Eat my whole butt. And it's juicy. You hear that? She said that's the kind of shit you hear in her sleep.
I bet.
Just while she's sleeping, like, suck it, loser. Suck the whole foot, all the toes.
Jack of Hearts. One of your most important allies goes missing after a heated battle. Who were they? What critical information do they possess? Also choose one. Organize search parties and eventually find them. Project Dice do not get reduced this week, or no one ever sees them again.
Okay, I'm going to need a little help from the team because I don't know your allies.
So these are the NPCs we brought, right?
Yeah.
So we have.
I don't know who they are. I am not as familiar with the story with them, so.
Yep.
I wrote it on a post-it.
There you go. Who is it?
Erlin, Eric, and Krellis. Norhan, Jabril, and Cho.
So hold on. Let's go through them a little bit.
Let's do it like a real. We'll go by.
Yeah, you give a name, and then one of us will give a breakdown.
So
give me a brief synopsis of.
Yeah.
We'll just do our. So Erland is a human boy from Kansas. He is literally a human boy from Kansas. He likes baseball.
Just a guy.
He died once, but we brought him back, and actually, that's really why Bosan is where she is. So he's important, but he is a normal human boy.
Okay.
Teenager.
There
He's
we
like
go.
16.
There's a wizarding war. He quits and he goes to work at Citgo. No,
So while he is an ordinary boy, he has also been very effective.
He has been extraordinary, but in D&D terms, he is a normal human teenager.
He'd be like a fighter now.
He would be like a
like
fighter,
a mid-level
for sure.
fighter, probably.
Okay,
Mhm.
go on.
Who is
go on.
who is the next one? Cassandra?
Eric.
Eric
It's
is literally Eric from the 80s D&D cartoon.
Grown up.
He is grown up. He was de-aged, and then back to his so Akko, my Knoll character who was dead but isn't dead, met him. Anyway, you know what? I'm going to shorten this. Eric is Eric from the 80s D&D cartoon. He is about 40 years old and has had a rough life and has a kind of battered body because Eric, that was his penalty for getting lost earlier when we were playing. So Eric was the king of the D&D world, and now he is vice principal.
He's also
And
been
he's-
caught, and we rescued him.
And
Yes,
he
thing.
like grew up to be a pretty decent person.
He was a good king. He was a good king.
I was gonna say Danny Bonaducci. Got it.
Oh, damn, that's interesting. I never thought about that. Okay, who's next?
Krellis.
Krellis is Monty's roommate. She is a hobgoblin fighter? Question mark?
Barbarian.
Monty is mean to Monty, but also secretly kind of likes Monty. And Monty doesn't get to go to the room very often because there's always a sock on the doorknob. It's Krellis.
Also, she tortures Monty with stories of the Bagman.
Bagman is real.
Bagman.
The Bagman is real.
We
I
don't
want
talk
a
about
T-shirt that
Bagman.
just says the Bagman is real on it.
We should.
On the back, it just says Bagman, Bagman, Bagman.
Oh God, yeah, that's amazing. And it's just got a bag with a hand reaching out, but the hand is like planted, so it's like a whole arm that's like jointed weird.
Mhm.
All right, who's next?
Norhand.
Norhand is a space pirate ship captain. She kind of lost it a bit after many people on her ship died and the ship exploded.
She got a little hot on the sauce.
Yeah, she's a water genasi. She's also
She's pretty rad.
a sibling to the OG characters. She's like an older
Okay.
sibling.
And dating
This
Kesta.
this
Like-
sounds interesting.
Yeah, water
Uh,
genasi, but sometimes a like 35% rum.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Who's next?
Jabril.
Actually,
Who?
I want to hold on that one actually, because that one actually kind of triggered something for me.
Well, let's get through all of them. Jabril.
Yep.
Jabril the
Jabril is-
Penniless. He is
Yeah,
a
Jabril Penniless is a wizard who is
yeah.
cursed to never have money. And he is been around a couple different campaign worlds that some of you guys have played in. Ryan loves him.
I do.
he's delightful.
He sounds like the salesman from The Simpsons who's like, yes. Like it's very. Anyway,
He's like
He
bordering
does
on
sound like that.
Garfield's-
Yeah.
He sounds like Sourpuss.
Yeah.
yeah.
Exit stage left, even.
Left to you.
Snagglepuss.
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 Garfield the deals.
Yeah, Garfield the Deals World. I guess.
the
Yeah.
deals.
He also is very specialized in golems and in spell jamming.
Chell.
Yeah, she is. Oh Lord, I kind of don't want to describe her. She's a child of destiny. She's fated to die in a great battle. Yeah.
She's a goblin monk.
Yes.
Seems kind of ominous.
Yeah,
Right.
it really does.
The Azure Avenger, who is Felix's superhero form.
Yes.
He's
Which one of
Booster
you-
Gold.
Yeah, one of you shitty little kids convinced him to be a superhero at one point.
No, he showed up. Did he rescue us at the locksmith?
Yeah, it was because someone else was like
Rescue
doing
us.
that, and he was like, "Well, I can do that."
I have been
Um,
waiting for him to like turn Homelander, and it hasn't happened, and I'm so pissed off about it.
Felix is the son of Hera and some mortal, and he is a big brother to the OGs, and they've been through a lot with him. He's a demigod.
He's been on Storm Song for a while.
Yeah, he went there once they kicked him out of liminal space for taking the kids to Mount Celestia.
Rennie Inc.
Do you want to do this one?
Maxie.
Yeah, do you want to do this one, Shan?
Yeah, he's a tabaxi. His daddy is one of the custodians at the museum.
He's
Uh,
from Storm Song.
He's from Storm Song. So he and his little sister. Richard, you need to sit forward because like your freaking model is eating your head.
Yeah,
and
you look like a
bugging
faceless
me.
entity.
It's
It's kind of
killing
amazing.
me inside, bruh.
The
Like,
bagman got me, okay? Stop.
Batman got you seriously. No, Runny Ink is cool. Yeah, Tabaxi, his little sister and him live on Storm Song. They're from Storm Song. Pseudo love interest of my NPC Nimblewright character who stabbed him because she loves him. He was
Sometimes
leaking.
that's what you do.
Like you
Yeah.
do.
When something leaks, you gotta plug the hole.
plug
So
the
she
hole.
made she tried to plug the hole with the knife that caused it didn't go very well.
So
It's
when
really
shit
awkward.
hit the fan, they and their father went to liminal space. Charity basically invited them, so they've been living there.
She likes cats.
Not too surprising.
Who's next?
Ergard Reinhard. Reinhard?
Dwarf wizard kid, well, like teenager, who has a sentient flying broom. It's about all we've done.
All we
with him.
know. All we know. I brought him because he had a flying broom.
Yep, which is fair.
And then I don't remember Shan's, to be honest. I guess I didn't write those down.
Yeah, Shandy, who did you have? I don't remember.
I honestly like the two I picked were purely for class and because of what Charity's plan was. They didn't have a whole lot of backstory. So no, one of mine was Professor Jiggly.
Who's a
that's
cat,
right.
awakened cat,
Mm-hmm.
and a professor.
And a professor.
No.
There's your story. Who teaches bipedal bias and interplanar communication, which Charity thought would be very helpful because like she keeps getting zip zap zopped all over the goddamn place.
She's very
And
surly.
it's true. She's been kind of like yanked all over the damn place and has been separated from the party several times, and she's tired of it. And then some rando kid that honestly, whose name I can't remember, but she was like, "Hey, you have skills I need. You're coming with me."
You thinking
Kind of.
Rosine?
Yeah.
Oh, it
yeah.
was Rosine. Rosine's
Yeah,
an
it was
Outland.
Rosine.
And
Yeah.
Crescen's the other one, but they have left the party.
Yeah.
All right.
Rosine's fine.
I want to go back to the Genasi captain.
Norhand. Don't you hurt her. I actually like her a lot.
During the battle, PTSD sets in.
Oh shit!
Oh, big time.
And she can't handle it and goes, just deep into herself, into a drunken stupor again, disappears, in a bottle. And what the information is, that the critical information that she has is that the head of the Thieves Guild faked his death and is actually joined the other side.
Okay. Do you go find Norhand, or does no one ever hear from Norhand again?
Well, I cannot start a project, so because I am still tied to Charity's project.
That project finished.
Yeah, project finished.
Did
Yeah.
it finish? I thought
Yeah,
it was
there
going
was
to
a-
last
there
until
was a-
the end.
No, there was a pass
No,
that
it-
finished early.
Yeah, we're gonna actually go looking for her.
So no project moves forward this week, but you end up finding Norhand, which will be interesting because I don't think Casca came with anybody. So
I didn't bring her.
yeah, that'll be an interesting conversation then. All right. Amulet, the 9 of Hearts. Delwine manifests. Someone in the regime comes to you for a temporary alliance. Who are they? What do they propose? And do you accept? A project fails, but you gain an abundance.
I'm trying to think of who's in the regime that we know names of. We don't know names of many people.
You can make somebody up too.
Yeah. Gonna have to.
You would know Anon. You sort of know Ragash.
I don't think we can trust Ragesh, can we? I think I had a note.
Well, if it's a thing where it's like, hey, this is messing up plans for everybody.
My last note on Ragesh said they wiped out a whole settlement.
Yeah, Ragesh is the bad guy.
No, I don't know if I can trust them. I'm trying to remember who Anon is.
I mean, it's the regime. Well, Anon is like the stinky butt face that like Charity really liked.
We also
Yeah.
remember one thing to kind of go back to is Anon's not doing this by choice. You're
Yeah.
not sure what the deal with Anon is.
That doesn't change the fact that he's a stinky butt face.
Yeah, he's kind of stingy butt face.
He's a stinky butt face.
I think
So-
it's
He's a
Less of a
stinky
stinky-
butt face because in the first episode I sat on him.
You did because he made himself
That's
look
true.
ridiculous.
And Charity literally wrote in the book, "You're a stinky butt face,"
Yeah,
and like
true.
drew a thing to him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a changeling Mimoloch. So you're choosing Anon then?
yeah.
So
Oh, Charity's gonna have some
A-
shit to say to
a
him.
sliver
Them, technically.
of Anon shows up then.
You said a sliver? Okay.
So like a bird shows up, and you all of you who've known him for a while, which would be Twig, Amulet, and Charity in particular, that's not all of him. It's somehow, some way he is in pieces. One thing you guys all know who have been here before is he's been, or I should say they have been the public face of Leona since all of this started as well. So no one's really seen Leona. They've just seen Anon as Leona.
So will they come? Will they come with more information about Leona then? Maybe.
They better.
I would say that this sliver of Anon doesn't know anything other than proposing an alliance to stop this manifestation of Delwine. So do you take it?
Yes, because I've already met Delwan and I don't like them.
All right. Hit.
My project was
Yes.
was 2 weeks. Remember,
Yes.
it's been a couple since then, so we have to resolve that.
Okay. I remember what it was.
The hunger.
Oh yeah. Okay. Do you want me to do it?
Trying to get Victor into the thing. I was thinking that because Felix has been here a while, Runny Inc. probably knows that area well. Maybe with a small group, what we've learned breaking Eric out, maybe we can get,
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
or maybe with
really
some
good.
of the transportation we started or teleportation, we can do that now, right? Can't
Yeah.
we? Yeah.
Yeah, that works perfectly. Actually, how about this? You literally teleport him inside of this thing, and he's trapped.
There we go.
Or Victor and the Hunger are both trapped inside this.
Temporarily, hopefully, for Victor. That's what happens.
So it looks like it's the armor, except for like the middle of it now is like this magical, like almost like the lenticular thing on Cyclone's chest in Masters of the Universe. Except for you can see it's like a magic mirror almost. You can see them in there, kind of like Victor's face, and then there's this horrific mouth just moving. So you're able to speak to them, kind of like they're still fighting for control.
Hmm.
Inside this encasement. All right, Twig.
Oh shit.
That's the
Somebody
one where someone
died.
dies.
Pass.
Everyone's got one
That
pass.
was-
Nate just
that
uses.
was it. That was good.
Oh, I
Hold on.
suppose it's not on the chart, is it?
Nope.
Do they have to die now, or can they die at a future turn?
They can die in the final and on the king,
Okay.
but someone has to die, so you can figure out who that's going to be.
So we still have a project that's a direct assault on Leona's location.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be in 4 weeks.
Okay.
But we'll have. God damn! I didn't want to be the one that picked it. I think Chell has to die in the ending.
Okay. All right. Monty,
Yeah.
4
Ooh.
of hearts.
Hearts.
The sleepers corrupt the stone grid. Magic becomes a scarcity. All projects are not reduced this week.
Bummer.
Hold on. Did I do Nate? Did I put you
Nate
down?
was a Joker.
The Joker.
It was the Joker.
Okay. So this would be.
You said there wasn't a thing for Nate.
There's not. So it would be Ryan 40. Okay. Ryan, I'm sorry that this one didn't give you more stuff to play with.
It's okay. I gotta say, bummer.
All right.
Brian can have my next turn. It's fine.
Charity. 2
wish.
of hearts.
2 hearts.
I just got like a 7 deuce like into, I don't, if it was poker, I'd be real hosed.
A significant member of the regime has realized Ragash has no interest in actually ruling Stormsong. How do they react to this, and what do they do? Or Anon's final fate is revealed. What happened to them? Where are they now? And how do they recover from what Ragash has done to them?
I want it to be the second one.
Okay.
Because without the second one, Charity may not speak to Amulet for a while. She's really been holding a grudge against Anon, even though they've been doing this against their will. She's really, really pissed. If there's one thing about neurodiverse individuals, sometimes they hold grudges like no one's business. I think the reason that we've only seen a sliver, I think what's happened to Anon is that they've actually been pulled and splintered into like 1,000 pieces and don't exist as an actual solid being anymore. Kind of like think like what Thanos did to Nebula, but worse. And on a like magical scale. And that's part of why magic is just not functioning as well as it could be on Stormsong. And maybe Ragesh is using Leona as part of that. Because Leona would never agree to something like that. Leona is like the most pure soul ever.
Well, I also think with Leona, it's more the fact that that's like that Black Mercy type situation. I don't think Leona has a say in any of it. I think
No, she doesn't.
I think Leona is stuck keeping what they can from completely falling apart. So,
it's literally torture for her, like 24/7. She is just in torture mode. Yeah, I think Anon is just like splintered into literally like thousands of pieces. And semblances of that are sometimes pieced together to present what Ragesh wants. And it's not sustainable. 100% not sustainable. And I think Anon coming to us is a last-ditch effort. And Anon knows that coming to us like about Ragesh is just not going to solve anything. Like I think Anon thinks there's nothing we can do about Ragesh. Like he thinks
well, I would look at it as Anon somehow has escaped finally.
Like a part of Anon?
Yeah.
Sure, that could work.
Like a big chunk. So
I don't know.
They aren't like split down in these tiny bits. This is a substantial like thinking, feeling, memory having piece of the whole.
Okay. That could work. Okay. And how do they recover?
And this could be done after the final thing, because I don't think they like recover during this. I think they're still, I don't think they recover quickly at all.
They're gonna have to lay very low. I think they go someplace where they're probably not gonna be the least. Maybe they hide in plain sight.
So my thought on this, if you care to hear it,
yeah, go for it.
They go back to Sigil.
Oh, that could work. Do they have the energy and the capability to get there? That would be my only concern. Like I'm
They
thinking like,
had a whole extra planar spy school, so they've got connections.
fair. Okay, yeah, that's true.
Um,
I keep forgetting they did have a whole extra school with contacts.
and
Okay,
they
that's fair.
and they go there and they hook up with Akko.
They're the Watson to his Holmes.
Yep, because they go back to what they know, which is Lonely Street.
That's cute. Okay, now I'm sad.
All right,
Okay.
Schnicked. Oh no, that is the end of the war.
You're muted, dear.
Oh,
I
All right.
knew it was going to come
I
back
will
to me.
I will let you all do this together. The regime falls. What happens to your enemies? What happens to your allies? What happens to the stone grid? How does Storm Song begin to recover? Because this is the end of the Shadow War of Storm Song.
Can we go back? I'm not 100% sure if my project
It
actually
wouldn't have-
succeeds.
It won't. If the end comes before your project ends, then it does not succeed.
Right, and I'm not 100% sure if it was able to succeed.
Try
so I
to
don't
do
know
the
if-
math on the weeks.
Oh,
Yeah.
is it 4 from your last turn? I don't remember.
Well, and there were some weeks that said project doesn't.
Oh, right.
hold on.
So it would have been Magic Storm erupts from Stone Grid, which was
Isn't
Here,
it?
turn 40,
And what happened in between then, though?
and we ended on turn 46. So 40.
oh wait, that's mine was the one before that. Sorry, so it would have been 39.
Yeah.
So 40 would have been fine. 41 is good. So that's
Fine.
2 weeks. 42.
Nothing moves.
Nope. 40.
Project fails.
So 43 would have been fine. Although we
Did
need.
you guys pick a project to fail? I do not remember.
I think we skipped that part of it. So if that's the case, we have that project to reroute the power to the people, and then the direct assault on Leona's location. I think those are the only projects. we
I
had
would
left.
say since we're at the end, the direct assault doesn't matter, so you can just fail that.
Mhm.
Okay.
Like that was like your first salvo at the end game, and it kind of maybe it was even a feint.
Mhm.
So yeah, so yours is done.
Okay.
Does that work for everybody?
Yeah, that works for me.
Hmm.
Okay. All right, you guys tell me, how does this end? How does this wrap up? Because I have one thing I would like to say.
What would you like to say?
If you would all give me that approval.
To say something? Sure.
No, to add to this, to add a weave to this tapestry.
Can
Yeah.
we edit that? Add to the weave?
Can we what?
Can we edit that after you've said it?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
You get Ragash in the end, and Ragash just laughs, and you kill him. And before he dies, he tells you like, "You're just going to send me back to hell. Like I can't die, so like I won't come for you."
Editing.
Editing.
Okay.
Ragash gets bound to one of the Warforged.
I don't know how
There's
you
a
would do that.
soul gem in that museum. There's
Well,
Warforged everywhere.
please let me finish. Can I finish, Larry? Can I finish?
I'm gonna let
Can
you
I
finish.
finish?
And before you deal the final blow, and he basically says, "I'm not going to trouble you, but your ancestors, I will. Your children's children, I'll come for them. No, this isn't over, but man, did we have a lot of fun. We had so much fun. And as you get ready to reduce him to death, so he goes back to hell, a contingent from Avernus shows up, headed by your adopted father, uncle. and says, oh no, you're not going to kill him. We're going to take him back to Avernus because I have a special place for him. A very special place. And it's Tawny, and he actually looks healed up. You haven't seen him none of you have seen him in probably 5 years now.
Yeah, it's been a while.
And he's wearing vestments of his actual station in hell. And he doesn't come alone. He brings Clax and Vit with him, as well as a plethora of other Mesoloths and loyal denizens of hell. And they make sure that Ragesh's stain of anyone who would have been a collaborator also go to hell. Directly, do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Go directly to Avernus. So rich people who like we talked about, Shan, before, collaborated because it was in their best interest. They thought a bunch of the very upper crust of ne'er-do-wells all go away. So there's a huge vacuum.
Not what she wants.
Not what she wants?
No.
Okay.
We'll get there.
Okay. So yes, no, that will not work. Will work.
Definitely like the idea of take Ragesh. That's fine. And before they take Ragesh, after he says the whole your children's children, blah 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 blah, she literally just kind of goes.
Number 1, queer as hell. 2, I'm ace. There will be no procreating. Go fuck yourself.
Before Tawny heads back, he does have a word with the 3 of you that are his children.
Mhm.
And he gives all of you a coin with his visage on it. Actually gives you 2. One is a trip to see him, and one is a trip home. And he tells you that you can't kill Ragesh here, just like you couldn't kill him there. You would just send him back to hell. However, you can kill a devil on their home plane. So he looks forward to your visit.
Okay.
Duly noted.
Meaning that Ragesh's head will be waiting for you.
Nice.
So make your alterations. Also, again, like I said, who lives, who dies?
Who tells her story?
Yep.
Well, I think we already decided who dies, and that was going to be Chell.
Yeah.
How does Chell die, Twig?
In the final attack against Ragesh and his ilk with our giant army of Warforged, she strikes the final blow on Olstag, son of
Olstag didn't get to show up, though. That's the thing.
I mean, we didn't know he was there.
No, he didn't get to show up because you didn't get to draw the Queen of Hearts.
Fine. Then she strikes the final blow on some other baddie that Ragesh had.
How about she strikes the final blow on Delwan?
Oh, yes.
Delwan gets sent back to basically obscurity. She hits him so hard, she knocks his memory out of people's heads.
I like that.
That's good.
And he loses on the Plane of Dreams at the same time because Bosana also banishes him away, emptying all the crates of all the sleepers on the Plane of Dreams. All right. Any other kind of enemies you want to take care of?
Is that dragon still out there?
Dragon.
The fairy dragon?
Fairy dragon.
Yeah.
There's an astral dragon still floating around somewhere.
Yep.
We better hope that didn't go through the gaping hole in the storm grid.
I'll let you tell me what it did.
I kind of want it to.
Actually, here, yeah, it escapes, and during the escape, it causes a scramble in the storm grid or in the stone grid
Stone grid.
that causes sections of it. Basically, it causes wild magic.
Oh, that's good. Ooh.
But it shifts. Like it's like a virus in the stone grid that it doesn't stay in one place all the time. So this wild magic section just moves constantly and it keeps it from being discovered.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Which answers what happens to the stone grid.
Does anyone stay behind? Does anyone form such a, in this year, form such a close relationship maybe with people or with just Storm Song in general that they say, I'm not going back, I'm staying. Like there's work to do here and I'm staying.
Well, we already know Crescent won't be going with us anywhere,
Yeah.
but
Crescent's like, this is my home now.
yeah.
I built a tower, I live here now.
I'd be curious if Runny Ink would go back or would stay there.
I think Runny would go back, but for other reasons.
Okay.
Beyond the fact his family's there.
Yeah.
I'm assuming Felix is still stuck there, or will Felix move on to somewhere else?
I would assume Felix goes back.
But was it?
Are they going to let him back?
He was kicked out, though.
I think Felix is going to try to pull a Midnight Rider on his.
It's going to be an Azure Avenger over there.
That's not me, baby. That's somebody else.
Could be.
That's not Felix. That's Xylef.
Norhand might.
Might stay.
I don't
Being
know.
that
She's got a relationship with Keska. I don't think she would stay. Like they were happy before she
Well,
came with us.
unless someone did something with that during their 3 years.
I didn't mess with that.
I didn't mess with that. So
Warrior, you're awful quiet.
I didn't mess with that.
Okay.
I left.
Shan,
I
you
left.
also are very quiet.
I left Dreska and Keska alone.
Shan, did you?
No, I didn't mess with it.
I'm not admonishing anyone. I just, if they did, say it now so we can
No.
add it in.
No.
Make sure-
I just think like she could be very happy there. Like there's adventure, there's like lots of
I do
sky
not disagree at all.
piratery she
Yeah,
could get
I
into.
do not
and
disagree at all. The only thing I would look at from that character's perspective of that's an awful small pond to sail in compared to all of known existence.
it's fair.
mhm.
I could see that person though building a residence there.
yeah.
I could see that becoming like her home plane, where
A
she's
port
like,
city.
this is where I live.
There's a lot of work it's got to get done there right now.
Also, got to remember too, Norhand's a pirate, so
Yeah.
Mhm.
Norhan is probably neutral at best. Anyone else? Anyone else, or anything else we want to add to it, or do you guys want some time to think about it and then just kind of like discuss amongst yourselves and then let me know when you kind of figure out what your other ideas for it are, and eventually this would go to Shan because it's her setting. So
I think we should build a little, I don't know if shrine's the right word, but something for Chell.
also, where does Victor go in his iron lung? Because I will tell you where I think Victor would ask to go.
Where is
Where?
that?
Cronus.
I was thinking that too.
Are there people still there?
There were when you guys looked last time. There were survivors there.
Hmm.
Do we want to unleash?
He doesn't know
him?
that.
I think that feels like the right way to go. That feels like the best story to me.
Just make sure he's off somewhere by himself.
Yeah.
Well, my last question is where's Magnar? Does Magnar
Yeah, that
stay
has me
on
bothered.
Storm-
In a
Does
pile of
Magnar
poo.
stay on Storm Song? Does
She's
Magnar
on a
leave?
pile of poop.
I did.
Does Magnar leave?
Did he get yeeted into the sun somehow?
No.
I mean, I don't think he'd stay. Is my opinion. I think he tried to wreak havoc as much as he could, and that was
Well, as we've
Yeah,
learned,
there's a lot of dead people after a war.
and this is Magnar without the hunger.
that's true.
Magnar finally being free of that thing that he did to himself, like a fucking idiot, and has like a second chance, a full second chance. What does he do? Imagine
Build a
like
new life for himself.
Yeah, imagine like taking the absolute worst path and then getting a second chance.
Oh, he could do great in the farmlands. He'd do so well for himself in any of the lowlands. Like he could start out. Nobody would ask questions. You got a million
What?
refugees, like starting over.
And my question would be, then does he stay? Because I mean, again, it goes into your toy box then, not mine.
I'd say for now he stays and tries to be good now that he's got that chance.
Farmer Thanos at the end of the comic of Infinity Gauntlet,
Yes.
Adam Warlock shows up and is like, "I knew you didn't die," and he's like, "Well, you know, I had to make it look good though." What are you gonna do? Just gonna stay here and farm a while, figure it out.
I'm into that.
I'd say
Yeah,
maybe that's the answer. Maybe
that's
he doesn't
also-
decide at that moment.
And that's that great conversation they have in that story where he says, "You know, you chose to lose," and he says, "I did, and I choose to lose a lot of times, but just worry because the time I choose to win, it'll all be over." And then Adam Warlock gives him one of the Infinity Gems, which never made any sense to me. Says, "I need to be able to put it somewhere safe." I mean, gives it to Thanos. I can't remember which one it is.
Seems not safe.
He
Just
spreads it
what I
out
was gonna say.
between 6 individuals.
Yeah.
It's a weird, like Jim Starlin's a weird writer when it comes to he loves Thanos. Like he loves Thanos. Like if Thanos was a real person, Jim Starlin would be like, hey. That's just my take on it. Anyway, that's it. Like I said, if you have things to add, I would add them with each other. And go ahead. I'm sorry.
One thing to add, and this is what's going to set us up before we move forward. The way that we will decide what is going to happen with all of those people and why Charity doesn't want to make a choice on what's going to happen is instead of her making the choices, she's going to go to Snikt. Because she's known Snikt for a very long time. Snikt has known Charity since she was a little girl. Because Snikt has worked with her professor. And she's going to tell Snikt, they took your flight. They took everything from you. You get to make these calls. It's not for me. And Snikt gets to make the decisions.
Nah.
Yeah, see?
Is that an unhappy noise or was that a I'm thinking noise?
She promised him a long time ago, outside of everything. Charity has promised, she made a promise to Snikt a very long time ago that if she could, she was going to help him figure out how to get his voice back and how to get flight and how to get everything back. Like that was the promise. And he knows that she's always had a plan of her own that none of you know about.
What happened with Leona?
That's a part of the plan that none of you know about.
Does anyone take over the grid?
That is also a part of the plan that none of you know about. I'm willing to divulge if you're curious.
Sure,
Well,
that's why I asked. Like my thing was I think I threw it in the chat that you had someone volunteer to basically comptrol the.
We are. Oh yeah, I didn't even see that. We are in an interesting period because Charity's whole story, from the time that I created Storm Song, and the interesting thing about her, when I played her as an NPC, she has always skirted the line between being a very good character and being one of the most horrifying villains ever.
Does Charity go back or does Charity stay?
I don't know yet. I don't know. Charity's initial intention and the story behind the original Storm Song game that no one has seen, and the only person here that was a part of it was Richard. Charity was bringing people together to help her achieve a goal. That goal, it was well-intentioned in her mind, was to utilize these people who had a specific set of skills to obtain items to help her craft an item that was going to basically destroy the stone grid.
No, mission accomplished.
So that she could have her best friend back.
She won.
But she didn't think about the millions of people that it was going to kill. And
Snicked is what keeps Charity from going evil. Snick does the things that Charity shouldn't do.
She's a horrifying character. She really is. Like when it comes right down to it, she had like the best of intentions with very little like moral concept, because like she just
could be one
didn't
reason why
understand it.
so many villains have been like, hey.
Yeah, and she's charismatic as hell. So like all of the players in the game universally loved her. They were like, no, protect baby. Like no matter what I did to try and make them fucking hate her, they would not hate her. They loved this little kiddo. And they like to the point where they were like, no, you're right. Like they're manipulating magic and they're screwing with humanity, and we need to let this planet do what the planet should do. And like it was really like an honestly like moral dilemma, and it was not what I intended the game to do, because I tend to let my players build the story as opposed to like me building a story. I let the players determine where things are going to go and how that story crafts itself. It was really fascinating. And it like the more she developed, the more I was like, this character is fucking scary. She is really terrifying as a character. Like she is truly awful sometimes.
One thing I would say is if it's me and you were asking my opinion, which you're not, is I would say she doesn't leave Storm Song. Because one thing that's been kind of played back and forth through the entire like 50 some episodes of Dino was like, I want my best friend back and I have to keep Storm Song safe. Okay, well you've done both now.
Yeah, but what if Leona wants to leave Storm Song?
Could be, could not be. Never can tell.
Yeah, I know. I'm mulling it over. I don't know what I want to do yet.
All right, fair enough.
We shall see.
Who wants to go first and tell us your deeds and the 3 years prior to this gigantic vor?
All right, I got you.
Hell yeah, Twix just right.
Should we talk about levels and how those are done, or just the fun stuff?
Just do the fun stuff.
All right, cool. All right. Year 1 of punishment. I mean, that's what it is, right? you can't leave. So Twig works with Norhan, Savannah, and really anyone else who wants to lend a hand to start rebuilding our lovely. I have airship here, but it's Spelljammer.
This is a
basically.
Spelljammer. Yeah.
Also,
Are you renaming it, or is it still the Heartless?
That's a question I didn't answer. We'll
We
get
got
there.
to think about.
So rebuilding the airship with the help of our new godly best friend, Hephaestus.
Okay, I like it.
He wanted stuff to work
I
on.
like it.
So better, stronger, faster. I've got the little Spelljammer blueprints that we made, so we're working on that. So I don't know what we should name the ship.
Okay, we'll have to figure that out. I believe I told you guys I'd give you a skill for each adventure you did in the year, right? Like an extra skill point or something. I don't remember.
I don't remember that.
Yes. I don't remember that either, though.
I feel like there was something similar to that where kind of you might do something like that depending on what we did. You know what I mean?
But your
that
rating
made-
system, if you liked it,
and
yes.
not a rating system, but like, if there's something that makes sense in the context of like.
I would say, yeah, if you don't have it already, you'd have proficiency in. I would just put spell jamming.
Feel like I do. I have proficiency in helmsman.
Okay.
Is
So, yeah.
spellsman and spell jamming the same thing?
You need a helm to use it. You need a spell jammer helm.
But so, like, my curiosity though is like, if we ever were to be on water, could Twig try?
Yeah. Yeah, you have boats, proficiency in boats.
There you go.
Cool.
Air and water.
Yeah.
Can you figure out what a land boat is, and then you can have proficiency in that?
There, you can if you can sail a spell jammer, you can sail a boat.
All right. So that was number 1 for that year. Number 2, class time. I think I mentioned before, Twig loves learning. This is new.
Nate said that real intensely.
Yeah. So he basically retook the classes he started when we did the class time and,
Sweet.
fucked off.
The things we missed.
Right. So that was the masks we wear, art of deception, rigged from the stars, helming a spelljammer. He's not done learning that. And then traversing the maze, the importance of mental health.
Okay. I will say, let me grab my book. God, stupid refreshing. What? Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. Just a second. Oh, I don't think it's there too. I'm trying to remember what that first class was. I'm trying to find my class book. Class catalog.
Yep.
I have one actually available if you need it.
I have it. I just pulled it up.
Okay.
Which class was it? Twig?
So masks we wear.
Masks we wear. That's what I was looking for. All right, that was with Bellish. I will give you the option of taking a +1 in stealth or a +1 in deception.
Let's go +1 deception.
Okay.
Do I get something for each of the other classes or
Nope, just
move on?
one.
Okay, that's fine.
Dan, be happy with the thing I gave you.
I'm just
Yes,
making
thank
sure.
God.
Also, I want all the things.
I know.
Minor, whatever. I'm reading from the Book of Shoth to Bushavuth of Shoth because he's still in a bucket. So trying
He's
to,
still in a bucket, yeah.
trying to hype him up.
I'm saying he comes back.
Well, this is year 1 though. We're not.
Okay, shit. Sorry.
And then not exciting things: helping family with farming, learn their labor, Gotta, help out the lily padders. And then, oh geez,
That's what you should name your boat, the Lily Patter.
The
Lily
lily
padders.
patters.
Lily
That's pretty good.
patters. That's
And
pretty
then
good.
I also did some training with Chill. So that's a thing.
That makes her end even sadder.
I know it didn't help. I told her I'd train with her.
I forgot about that. Now you say it, all that memory rushes back in my head there about
I
Chow.
know. I was all, you don't have to die. And then I got her killed.
Oh, you didn't get her killed.
I mean, I brought her.
Shaggy, yeah, you guys helped make those classes up an eternity ago.
Does it make sense? And if we're already doing this way and I missed it, somebody shut up. Does it make sense to do like year 1
Yeah, for everybody.
and then
Oh,
year
yeah.
2 and then
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Then it's
Mhm.
like, okay, cool.
So is that your full year?
Yes.
Nate? Okay. Who
I
who
didn't,
wants to go
really write mine as yours though. I just wrote all my ideas
next? Well,
down.
just do it. Just pick an idea.
Just assign them. Okay.
Why don't you put in some bullet points while I go? Yeah, I'll do Monty.
Jesus, I looked up at Richard, and Richard, I swear to God, it looked like you had a crow on your shoulder. But it's
I mean,
just the
kind
art
of.
behind your head. I was
Yeah.
like,
Art,
oh my
yeah.
God.
Okay. So Monty's year 1. Monty spends a considerable amount of his time back at home with his parents. He's not exactly grounded, but he's all like, it's much like it's like it's a loving, like his parents were really like, hey, don't do that again. And then Monty's like, I missed you, but like they're being like parental.
Hey, little
about it.
buddy.
So he is spending quite a bit of time there, and the experience on Mount Celestia, particularly like toward the end, when he met Ares and when Hephaestus taught him kind of like how to build things, that really affected him very profoundly. So he's sort of like not feeling the Optimo Commando vibe anymore. He's like, that's baby stuff. Like, and maybe like that sort of like, military propaganda cartoon stuff is like, not where it's at. So he has kind of combining all of those things together. He is, I think, being a little bit more genuine as a gift. Like he's like, okay, like I think I'm gonna like get into like who I am. I've been, pretending for a long time, so I don't want to do make believe anymore. So Monty, the resulting bit of this is like Monty is spending all the science time, and Monty takes a level of artificer. So he is moving, like he keeps it, like he didn't forget. You don't forget your training. It's like riding a bike, whatever a bike is. And then but he like is moving in a new direction. So that is
That's so fast.
So he's that's really like the chunk of his full year. It's not so much like a couple of like really clear milestones, but it's like, yeah, he's back in class, he's spending a lot of time at home, he is moving in this new direction. He's like, okay, like I'm 10 now, that's double digits, it's time to grow up, so the minor things that happen are I actually did a lot of these for their NPCs and Monty and or just NPCs. So first thing, Eric and Nigella get engaged. What? That's crazy. Those they finally like, they were like, she's like, he's like, hey, like I love you, and she's like, you're stupid, and he's like, yeah, but that's what you love about me, and she's like, you're right. And so they get engaged. There's a whole like, fun thing on campus about it, but that's Buzzy. They're planning, they're doing their thing. They're engaged.
Oh man, it's good he didn't die.
I put that in there fully like actually it's nice that you put Chell forward, because I was going to be like, Eric needs to die. Like, I was like, especially after Eric, like, you know, got all grizzled again, I was like, oh, he's going to be like, I can't go back to no. But anyway,
Well, and maybe Eric doesn't go back. I don't know.
Eric does come back,
Okay.
I think. But that was I was thinking like that. I was ready for that if that eventuality happened. Second thing that happens, Monty finally stands up to Krellis. He's like, "You are mean," and that's really what he does. He's like, "You're really mean," and
Krell's like, yeah, duh.
yeah, and he's like, no, but like for real, like you should look inside yourself. There's something wrong there. And like she, you know, and like they have this interaction, and like Carlos will not admit that like there's any level of respect for this stupid little kid. However, she does start leaving him alone, not because she respects him, but because it's not really fun when they stand up a little bit. Like, that's not as fun. I'll go find somebody else. Like, I'll go find.
I kind of think that she would take the rest of her frustrations out on Erland, and Erland would be totally fine with it.
I mean, that's
at least
I'm
for a
okay
year or two, he'd be like, whoa.
Sure. Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. And then
she also would be like, you're just mean.
Probably.
And she's like, fuck yeah, I mean, it's my nature. I mean, I'm mean.
I'm mean.
Idiot.
That's my archetype. And then lastly, Erland teaches Monty how to play baseball.
Oh shit.
So Monty,
like old X-Men annual baseball game style shit going on.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Yeah,
Monty,
yearly softball game.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely, fully that. Monty doesn't really understand how people like baseball when Spaceball is right there, but you know, like whatever. And you know, they kind of like bond. They kind of become like closer friends, and they regularly they play catch all the time. They hit the ball around. Monty makes a little simple hard light program that makes a little baseball diamond, and or like makes a, you know, like it can put a baseball diamond out, and then, you know, come back in, and he gives that to Erland for Earth Christmas, whatever that is. And like, yeah, it's just a fun little thing. It's just a fun little minor thing.
Is that where the creepy old man with the bag who doesn't kidnap kids shows up? There's another creepy guy with a bag who kidnaps kids, right?
Right?
Yeah,
right.
That guy's real. That guy's from fucking.
That guy's real. He's fucking real.
That is the real Bagman.
Yeah, that's the real Bagman.
The Bagman is the friends we made along the way.
Mm-hmm. That's Monty's first year.
I'll
do Akko too, but I'll let somebody else go. So
I think we do Akko all at once at the very end.
Okay, sure, I can do that.
What's it go next?
I can go. It doesn't matter.
Sure.
Just randomly assign numbers to things, so it's all great. So my first thing is I started working weekends at the Brouhaha, which is a coffee stand, and it made real good friends with Ivo there, who likes me so much. He made a special drink for me, which is basically an espresso shot and gives me haste for 1 minute. Because what an amulet needs is to be a little bit faster, I guess. I just think mostly
more, you know, caffeinated is what.
I just think mostly it makes her talk really fast. At the same time, she's continued to stay in contact with Bosana because she is teaching me how to dream walk. Because first year, she doesn't really know how to do that a whole lot, and not that she wants to help Archon, but she wants to be able to get away from Archon if need be. But he hasn't poked his head up again recently, so don't know what's going on with him with that.
Monty, take a +1 Arcana, by the way.
Oh, sweet. I will. Thank you.
And then I did 2 small things that first year too. I started sparring with Dresk on the side. Start working up my skills, and then obviously because I'm sparring with Dresk, Keska makes me spar with her as well. Like my own train. I can't train with Dresk and not train with Keska, so I have
Take a +1 to your athletics, please.
okay, thank you. Those are my first years.
What's next? I don't know if you did this, Richard, if you like put together like anything or not. You didn't
I
have
did
to.
not because I didn't know what I was supposed to do. So
Okay, yeah, you're fine. That would mean it's Shane's turn.
I know I did, and you're gonna kill me. I cannot find the Google Doc where I saved this information to save my life.
Oh, that's okay. You can always just do it, like figure it out, and then as long as you have it for next session, that's awesome. I mean,
I'll have it for next session for sure. I just cannot find it to save my life. I'm sorry.
I hope you guys know that you can always dump stuff in that PC folder that you have access to, Mitch, and use that as a storehouse too. Don't hesitate to use that. Word up, nerd. I would also say if you have stuff where you're like, oh, I'm just gonna wing it tonight off the top of my head and write it down as I go, you can do that too. It's up to you.
Maybe if you get inspired, you never know.
You may get inspired. You never know. Actually, I would suggest really just like waiting, because then you have some time to contemplate it and you can figure charity stuff out. And then Savannah. One thing I would suggest is I do want to throw out that Savannah does get the nickname Detective going forward.
Detective. Oh, nice. I love it. We're gonna make that canon. Huh?
Runtel also basically becomes the, for lack of a better term, the magistrate of liminal space. So she's basically friends with the sheriff.
Who is?
Runtel Dat.
Runtel Dat.
He's the Minotaur that sounds like Death the Road, the baby. All right. Year 2, Twig.
All right. So at this point, I think we're finishing making the ship. So same folks still helping with the still helped by Festus. Everybody gets a room.
On the ship?
Yep.
Ooh.
Nice.
So y'all can figure out what you want there. Also, there's room for Echo. He'll be back. Damn it.
I just know it.
I would like a map room mimicking the map of worlds from the open house that shows siblings.
Okay.
There was that area under his bed.
Yeah, I remember. That might take some time to put together, but it's a good goal to have.
Okay. I had question marks. I didn't know if that one would be kosher. And then I don't know if we can relocate Drought's workshop, but that's kind of wherever you access it with the chalk, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that one does not matter.
Yeah, it's a tiny space, like a portable hold type.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So that's that bit. Next, class time. Still loves classes. So he did with Professor Jiggly long distance calls, a guide to multiversal communication,
which is all about FaceTime.
Yeah,
FaceTime.
Does he get a FaceTime?
Whoa.
No one can remake those. They just talk a lot about it. Professor Jiggly is convinced there might be other FaceTimes in the multiverse.
I had a FaceTime once.
You did have a FaceTime once.
Goddamn James. Anywho.
FaceTime where you can have eyes, but you can't have both. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you get to choose one, Eobard.
He has neither.
Yes. Fuck around.
Neither FaceTime nor eyes.
It doesn't guarantee that you have one.
These are just the options on the menu.
You just
there
can't
are no
have
substitutions.
All right, so he's got that.
I did forget to minor illusion googly eyes into sockets while we were playing yesterday.
I don't know if he would have known that happened, but anyway.
No, he wouldn't.
He wouldn't have.
Yeah.
Because his eyesight was like a HUD display. So
yeah. All right. Next was Conflict Without Combat, Guide to Solving Things Without Violence with Ascaros Witherarm. I don't know. My writing's poor.
Fault is that name?
That's my fault. I didn't say it was anybody else's fault. Last class is Oral Studies, How to Make Your Words Hurt and Heal with everyone's favorite gent from New York, Walking Hair.
Hey!
Walking
Hey,
there.
I'm walking in. Your name.
So for that year, you now can cast Vicious Mockery once per long rest.
Nice.
For
Ooh.
ability.
Just for funsies.
Excellent.
Wow.
Just because you're a hateful little shit.
Savage.
Hateful little shits.
Hateful little shits. Hateful little shits.
That sounds like a
Arc
personal
2, we've
problem.
upgraded.
Remember HLSs? The vessel case?
HLSs.
HLSs.
All right.
good
And for minor things, he worked with his family and the leaders of the space we're at, liminal space, to get more money / payment for their work because they were getting boned.
Yeah, your pops and that Gator guy, whose name escapes me right now, we're trying to unionize.
Yeah. So we made that happen.
Cool. Did they unionize?
They did.
Did they strike first?
Yeah, I mean, do you strike before you unionize? I don't know how that works.
I would assume that
Okay.
if you're being prevented from it, or if you're having other parties try to force your hand, then you unionize and collectively bargain.
You've
Excellent.
clearly never seen Newsies.
I mean, yes.
I have, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, every time I make
Look,
fun of my chick.
look who I'm married to.
That is one of Sarah's favorite movies.
It's one of my favorites too. They actually did a really good job of it at Chanhassen when they had it down there years ago.
It was not too bad.
Let's see. Oh, 2 more things. Trained with Jabril, crew, friends, anybody who wanted to, on flying the ship and making that work. I don't know if that should be a major one or a minor one, but it's in there. And then, oh, geez, I did it again. So I listed Train with Shell because I did that in all the years. Spoilers. Didn't help. And the last one is read to Booth of Shoth from the Book of Shoth. And now he is a real ooze boy again.
He's a real boy.
Oh, who's boy?
Hippo boy is real.
Yes. So now he can get out of the bucket and ooze all over the place.
Get out that bucket. All right, who's next?
Constable Odo, get out of there.
Might as well do the same order. Go ahead, Monty.
Well, Deep Space Nine deep cut. All right. Yeah, year 2.
90.
It is. Remember they kept it. He like sloshed down into a bucket when he.
I know, but I just thought you said he's like. I bet you said he's like Deep Space. What 90? I was like, God damn, that's good.
All right, year 2. Major things. Monty has like a sort of light preview of coming attractions in that he spent the better part of a year in a very intense battle with the Bagman. So year 2, Monty bags the Bagman.
What?
He utilizes. He's spending a lot of time in the lab. He is getting better as a budding artificer. He takes, and so he remembered, and he spent a lot. Now that he's spending a lot of time in the lab, he's like, my parents have that box, that weird clear box with the sentient laundry in it. Like, but how did they what even is that? That seems like, how do I? So while he's doing this, he is gaining more confidence. He stood up to his roommate. He's like, okay, I get it. I get who Monty is. And so he uses his he uses these sort of newfound wits and these newfound smarts to lure the Bagman into trying to eat him again. But when he tries, but Monty is too confident, and he sets a sort of it's like a Ghostbusters style trap for the Bagman. He's just and then it zaps the Bagman into. So now the Bagman is similarly
He's in one of those
Crap.
cages like the Tatterdemalion was.
Yeah. So Bagman is real, and anyone who doubts it can come fucking see him. And yeah, Monty gets rid of the Bagman. It's like, nope, I'm not doing this anymore. Like,
This is so
too much.
good. Thank you for all of this yumminess.
I was like, Ben's gonna like that. Like, I like it. Ben's gonna have fun with
He's definitely not escaping.
The Bagman is
Definitely
my
not.
favorite D&D cryptid.
That's like one of the coolest new things ever.
Yeah,
And the
it's
best
so
part
cool.
about it, no stats, no anything. It was like a page and a half of someone saying, "Yeah, if you want to make your own weird shit, here's an example." And everyone's like, "The Bagman is awesome."
Some minor stuff.
Oh god damn it, Mitch, bringing the heat.
Minor stuff. Eric and Nigella call it off. Eric is too busy
Oh, no.
and too stupid, and there's no time to focus on a relationship. Nigella gets cold feet. Eric's like, I do not have the bandwidth to like help you through this right now. Like, we're just no.
Yeah,
No.
hey,
Tablets will say on again, off again,
Eric's
and
previous wife tried to kill him.
I mean,
And Nigella's the only other person she's ever loved went insane and killed themselves.
they
Again, why are we talking about old stuff?
They
Yeah,
have
and then
that-
she spent all that time in a mirror.
they have
They're
that,
kind of fucked
they're
up
just
people.
they're just like, no, they're not. We're not. So they call it off. Wedding's off. Done.
Bullshit, Ryan.
Monty moves out. Monty is like, he is like, I'm not like, I am getting so much done down at the lab. It is inefficient for me to like continue like spend all of this time like not just going back and forth, but like I have to spend all this time in like the dorm like with my jerk roommate who like, and half the time I have to sleep in the hallway because the sock is on the doorknob again. Like I can like this is not
I love
good.
the fact that Krella set all that up, and I would say in reality has never actually had anyone else in the room at any time.
Oh, I'm sure. I
It's
am
far too
absolutely
territorial
sure.
for that. So it's just like this is the way to fuck Monty over.
Yeah, totally. So he gets an exception. He lives back at home, but he does go to class. He does like spend time at school, but like he and Krellis are not roommates anymore. And then the other thing I have is that like Erland finally decides to stay. He has that like, this is real. This is my life now moment. And like fully like, okay, yeah, you know what? I'm not going back home. And like, what even is home anymore? Like I've been living here for like almost half my life now. Like I know, like I've been through so much more here than I ever was there. Like I live here now. And so he does become a fighter. Like he is a battle master fighter, I think. And he's invested. He's like, okay, no, I died here. Like, okay, like I'm here now. I'm here. You're two.
Amulet. Sandra. Pants.
Yeah. You kept saying names like I wasn't ready to respond. I'm like, I was waiting here, right here. So year 2, Amulet takes all the things she's learned sparring with Dresk, and she starts a after-school sparring club. So she can help kids younger than her develop some skills.
Did you just start a fight club?
Yes. Well, not fight club. It's an after-school club.
It's
So,
an
like,
approved club.
It's an approved after-school.
Oh, you call it approved club, and the symbol is just a club.
Could be.
It's like
Yes.
a cudgel.
Yeah, I like it. But you know, she's got to teach the younger kids. She's been through a lot, and they don't know what could be coming. She's trying to prepare the younger generation. She also spends a lot of her time is there a library?
Yeah.
She spends a lot of her time in her library and trying to talk to like any of the old professors as much as she can because she's dying to find more information about Bargret and Roni and like what their deal is and why they think I'm so like why they're trying to kill me because they think I have something I can control, and so she spends a lot of time researching that. Maybe
Well,
to the point
luckily,
where she
there's-
skips some classes, but she gets by.
There is a person who actually sort of knows them.
Oh yeah.
Yep, one of the teachers. A version of him knows them well.
You can tell me who is a secret?
He was many.
He was many.
Yep, because he is a clone of Eobard. One of a lot of clones of Eobard.
That's right. So yeah, I'm hoping he can shed some light on some info, and hopefully, so I don't get killed when I'm not expecting it. Because I feel like they're still out for blood.
Yeah, no comment.
Yeah. So
No
she's gonna spend a lot of time doing that, and then just two little small things. Dresk, while I have apparently learned to speak Draconian, I am practicing with Dresk. So if I ever need to have a conversation, I don't embarrass myself, because I feel like knowing and then knowing the like little intricacies of it are maybe two different things. So we're doing that. And then I'm gonna also visit Jairus to learn some more lockpicking skills.
Ooh. I'll come back to you in a second, Ryan, for this. You get a +1 in sleight of hand,
Cool.
and you get Draconic as a language.
Nice.
For
Could have been a
Monty-
+1 to a wedding invitation if someone hadn't intervened. You know, I'm just saying.
For Monty, I would say, what is Monty gains the ability through crafting items of hold person once per day.
Oh, I like that.
So once per long rest, you can cast hold person. Every time you do it, though, you have to tell me what you've designed to do that.
I can do that.
God damn it! All right, last year, Nate Dog.
All right, year 3.
Son of a bitch.
We'll see how this goes. Twig trains in secret to see if he can use.
All right, first things first. Twig gets a +1 to acrobatics.
Okay.
You spent 2 years training kung fu, so. Also, you're proficient unarmed combat.
Do you want to join the Spar Club?
Yes, but you have to join my honors program.
Oh shit!
Also, yeah, does Honor Society still exist? Did you guys keep your little group together, or does that kind of fall apart?
We're getting there.
Ironically, Honor Society also just fights. That's just.
All right. So item 1, Twig trains in secret to see if he can use / control his symbol's power.
Not yet,
Okay.
but you definitely make progress.
And I mean, he mentioned it to the other symboled folks to see if, if they want to join in and try to figure that mess out. I figured that might not get all the way, but at least we're working on it. And then number 2 is he does remake the honor program that Osana started, but it includes all the students helping each other. Good ones help the ones who aren't so good, and so on. Just to help everybody get where they need to be. No one's left behind, I guess.
What a Twig paragon over here.
He's doing good. He's making up for getting somebody killed.
Oh.
Yeah, that's gonna stick with him.
No.
Minor, he's working with Hephaestus, tweaking the ship, still trying to make it better, stronger, faster. It's the 50 million gold ship. I don't know. That's not the name. And that's it.
Awesome.
And while they're working with Shell, but that was a given.
Can this 50 million gold ship make the $6 million sound when it like lifts off?
I mean, it can't not do that.
Perfect.
All right, Ryan.
Yeah. Year three. Yeah, Monty. Now that he is again still getting better, still learning how to make things and tinker with things and use tech in different ways and like understand it. And he's spending more time at the lab, and he isn't being haunted by the bagman anymore. Monty really focuses on
Not yet.
like his first
Wow.
he focuses on his first like big project. He thinks back to like the commando stuff and he's like, okay, but like it wasn't all bullshit. It was like there was like what I liked about it, and what he liked about it was protecting people. He liked keeping people safe. He liked that idea, and he knows that there's a lot of danger around, and he knows.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that wasn't me, so I don't know who did that, but
That was very good. That was good.
was it you?
Oh, okay. I was wondering. Nice.
That was so good.
So good.
I'm sorry.
No, that was so good.
It's
That
even
was so
better
good.
to know that it was you, and you were laughing just as hard as everybody else was.
I'm sorry. I
Oh,
can't. It was like bubbling, and I'm like, someone. I
You gotta
can't
do it.
keep this one in.
You gotta do it. You gotta let it out.
Oh, yeah.
So Monty, like, so what Monty does is he starts working with his parents on trying to adapt this shield technology that he has, that he made with Hephaestus. He has this, his sort of like portable tiny hut. He wants to like, he's trying to like work with them to adapt it to like a larger scale. So he wants to ultimately protect at least campus, if not the entirety of liminal space to there. Like, he's thinking like he doesn't really know about the world crystal, but he's like, okay, like that's the level he wants to get to, but he is nowhere near. But in that
Fanny Pack Man is terrifying.
He's gonna get your butt. And then so what he does in the meantime is he's able to adapt to able to adapt it to a like weaker, smaller personal technology. And so he creates these little, like it's little techie things that you can embed in something. And what it does is it's in its current state, it gives anyone who wears it. And so he wants all the students to have one, and he wants like the faculty to have one, and he wants everyone to have one. It lets them like once a day use shield, like the shield spell, like so they can, it works. They just have to, they can activate it. There's like a, learning annex class about how to like activate it vibe. And so like that's his big thing for the year, is like working on that, getting that to a place that it works, and then trying to like work with his family to like, this is a place that like they came to, they crashed into, and it's protected them. So they want to protect it back. So that's his big thing for year 3. Smaller things. Eric and Nigella get married. What? Those guys are crazy. We're over it. They're stupid, and we're tired of them. I'm glad they left on their honeymoon. And so yeah, they get married. They're married now. Good luck with that. And
God damn you. That is also very good.
However, when the cat's away, the mice will play. And while Nigella and Eric are on their honeymoon, the children come up with something. This might be the dumbest thing I've ever come up with. However,
I'm here for it.
Yeah.
the kids start doing the residuum challenge. It's like the cinnamon challenge,
Oh no.
but and it does get put it to an end fairly quickly. As you can imagine, it does not go well. However, several students develop weird new characteristics, like abilities, things, come out. There's like latent weird magic stuff in like a not small subset of the population, which I did not fully spell out because why would I do that? However,
That's what
Erland did
random
it.
ass tables are for.
Erland did it. So Erland was like, yeah, I'll do that. Because like Krellis was very like chicken, and he was like, and so he fully did it. And so the effect that it has on Erland is that Erland is becoming a battle master fighter, or is it battle master? Battle master. So when Erland uses a superiority die, it has the wild magic barbarian effect. So it's like there's like the shorter table that has like more combat-y things, but it's just a weird little like magic bloop for Erland.
For Monty, because of the Residium challenge, because I'm assuming Monty kind of did it. It was like tried to fake his way out of it, and then tried to fake his way out of it. Kind of accidentally did it.
Probably.
As well as all of his work on the shield tech. He gets an automatic +1 to his AC going forward. You can just call it like, rough hide or whatever, like your skin actually got tougher.
Nice. I like that. Thank you.
Cassandra.
Oh, was it for Ryan?
I think
Hang
so.
on. Just
That
real quick.
was year 3.
During year 3, Snicked, yeah, he starts using his forgery and his performance to dress up like the Bagman and terrorize Monty. Absolutely terrorize Monty.
So Snick does that, and when Snick returns to his rookery in liminal space, on top of a bag that he's never seen before, sitting in his nest, it says, "You'll be first."
Snick don't open bags, so that's fine.
Oh, no.
Listen, don't y'all start messing with my pocket, parrot, okay? Like,
At first, Shan, I thought you were like, you had this look of like worry on your face, like, oh, you're gonna bring the Bagman back again? Like, hey, asshole, we just trapped him in a box. But instead,
No,
you
I'm
were
fine
like,
with the
I'm more worried
Bagman.
you're gonna fuck with Snick. All right, Cassandra, wrap us up.
Pocket
Cool.
Parrot, by the way, is the name of my Jimmy Buffett cover band.
James Buffett. What happened to you, Justin? You used to be my brother.
Okay, so I kind of stole this idea a little bit. So in year 3, Amulet finds a secret tunnel under her mom and dad's, or like within her mom and dad's cellar. And within the tunnel, she finds a dungeon that just seems to get bigger every time she goes in it. So she goes in and she explores, and it seems like it's enough. She goes out, she comes back, and there's just more there, and there's more there. But so then while she's down there, she's only running into low-level monsters, so she thinks it's a good idea to bring them home, and Mom incorporates them into the Sunday dinners. So we've had mimic tongue sandwiches, flying snake kebabs, cockatrice omelets, sturge blood pudding, and a myconoid vegetable soup. We've tried all of those delicacies now. Mom's getting really good at cooking. And then
You can tell someone has finished the
Delicious in
Dungeon.
I know.
The anime now needs to go back and finish the manga so I
Now
can
I need
read
to
the
go.
last
Yeah,
book.
I need to read the manga. Finish reading the manga now. I got up for 12, so I need to get back at it. Amulet has also been using with permission from Ivo, any of the like pastries that don't sell at the end of her shifts at the coffee place, and then probably potentially like supplementing some of that with her handkerchief of Hebe. She is feeding the younger kids below her because she's using that to bribe them to start like a little spy network where where they gather
a child endangerment ring.
No. It's just like when they hear
I'm just putting them at risk. Come on, it's not a big deal.
No, because like adults ignore little kids. They'll just say whatever they
Yeah,
want to
they're
most
just
of the
little
time.
spies.
So there's this gathering like little secrets, and if they hear something interesting, they pass it on to me.
This is some Anon shit right here.
She's not making them go places. Just like if they hear
Not
mom
yet.
and dad say something when they're tucking them into
I
bed.
I don't think of Anon as having, made people go places. He just, encourages.
Just just
Oh,
starts.
please.
bribes
Oh,
with
just
treats.
please.
They just dangle that little carrot of knowledge.
Mm-hmm. That helps
So-
you sleep at night.
The saddest part is nothing helps me sleep at night.
She's basically just making lots of friends with the little kids. So she's trying to get them
All right.
get them some smarts. And so then some small things. I'm now such good friends with Dresk that he will occasionally take me flying when he gets tired of me begging. And then during my continued work with or learning from Bosana, she tells me that Tiamat's still looking for me.
Okay. So I've been a little bit stingier with your stuff because getting to this third year, I was going to give you two things that are a little bit bigger. Once per day, Charity can grow a set of wings and fly. And once per day,
Wait, Charity or me?
I mean, Amulet.
Oh,
And
really?
once per day, Amulet can utilize Dragon's Breath.
Where did the wings come from?
You don't want to know.
You don't
Well, when a mommy dragon and a daddy dragon.
when two ancient worms love one another,
Nah.
when two
Doesn't
ancient worms tolerate one another.
Which
There you
doesn't mom and dad aren't. That's the confusion. Mom and dad aren't. There's none of that in the family. So like,
Or are
where did it come
Yeah.
from? Oh shit!
You're a
Uncle
mutant.
Trap Springer was a dragon.
I mean, the male guy definitely had some draconic features.
The Schwann's man.
Oh my god.
All right. And then later on, for you, Richard, just send me a couple ideas, and I'll throw you a couple things. We can kind of negotiate a couple freebie coolnesses. For Savannah and Charity, same thing. Once you figure out your paths with those two, let me know, and we'll figure some stuff out. But I want to finish with Echo because I know Ryan did Echo.
I did do Echo. Sure.
Echo
Okay.
After Dark.
It's always dark and Sigil a little bit.
Yeah.
So yeah. At the tail end of
Also, Bagman, where he keep his applesauce. Bagman got the applesauce you crave. Come get down on this juicy Bagman wave. All right. Sorry.
Okay. No. This is good. So a couple things. So last we saw Echo, because I feel like it was left lightly ambiguous. Echo has returned to Sigil. Echo, so just to touch on that briefly and what happened there. Echo literally clawed his way out of heaven. He was, through sheer will, determination, and light stupidity, Echo got out. He was like, I can't be here. I have too much. I have more to do. I don't want to be here. When he left, and got into Sigil, he like, if someone claws their way out of heaven, like, it does not escape the gods' notice. There was like, it was a little buzzy. It was like an event. It was kind of a big thing. And Echo, there was some competition, there was some wooing, and Echo, like, Echo was ultimately swayed, not so much by the entity themselves, but he was swayed by the philosophy of Ilmater. And he was presented with the Oath of Glory. And he was like, oh, like, this is what I do. Like, he's like, I already do this. And Ilmater was like, bet. And so Echo has some, in addition to being a Rune Knight fighter, is also a Oath of Glory paladin upon entry into Sigil. And however, when he arrives in Sigil, the Lady of Pain remembers. It does not escape her notice that this person who she sent to the maze is back. So she'll allow it. He earned it. But she severs the tie between Echo and Ilmater. He's just a young paladin out of the zone. He doesn't have any guidance. He has powers, he has his abilities, and he has his oath, but he's alone. So that's just setting the stage. Year one. Where we left Echo is Echo needs a job. He's got rent. What even is rent? I live on a turtle. This is stupid. So he, is like, all right, what like skills do I have? Like, there were some suggestions, June still was kind of like, oh, you could do this and you do this, and he's like, why would I do that? That sounds terrible. Like, conventional job, like, no, thank you. So what he does remember, and what he's good at heroing, and he's supposed to do deeds. So he assumes the mantle of the Azure Avenger during his first year back in Sigil.
Batman is so hard.
Wow.
And so he sort of like, and that's kind of how he like works the kinks out, right? Like, he's like, nobody knows who I am. I'm very secret. No one can. I'm the Azure Avenger. They probably think I'm the same guy. And so they, he, and he draws some heat. He makes some mistakes. He, it's not like it's not without its bumps, but he does have this mantle, and he does manage to sort of like eke out a living through, both the kindness and generosity of the people that he helps through, various donations, those kinds of things. He gets paid a lot in kind, so but he makes enough. And that's how he spends his first year as the Azure Avenger. But toward the end, he abandons the mantle. He's like, okay, I've got this oath thing, like, and it doesn't really feel like he doesn't really like. We know Echo. He doesn't really like people not knowing that it's him who's doing it. He's like, this is not the right vibe. So he does, like, at the end of the year, like, leave the mantle behind. He doesn't necessarily stop those kinds of actions, but he does leave it behind. However, as a result of these things, he particularly, obviously, in the Hive, runs afoul of the Harmonium quite a bit. Like, they're not keen on this.
Not fans.
So he does begin a new graffiti trend that soon spreads all over the Hive. It starts out in a hand that can be described as shaky at best. People are like, what does that say? However, Ahab graffiti goes up all over the Hive. And also Echo, like, he likes the garden apartment vibe. He's very into the plant stuff. He's like, this kind of reminds me of home. It kind of reminds me of when I was here. It reminds me of Bryland. And so he also plants some plants of his own. He has seeds from Exandria. He has seeds from the Happy Hunting Ground, and so he plants some of these seeds, and they grow and they do well, and he takes care of them. But they kind of have minds of their own. Like they're in a new space. Their normal balances aren't there, so they start to propagate. So there's a lot of new plant life going out through the hive. That's year one. Year two, Akko spends a lot of the time that he's not out heroing, and he scrapes together the money that he has. He pulls together, he pulls strings of people that he knew, and he kind of in earnest starts this mission that he had when he came to Sigil. He was like, I'm going to stop everything by fighting it to death, and we're going to have this army of the dead. I'm going to find not the undead, the dead. So the people who have been killed who want to fight, like, I'm going to do that. So he goes to find Brylan, and he does. He makes it there. He fights through. He pushes through. He pulls some strings. He probably owes some people some favors, but he gets there, and he sees Brylan, and they have a reunion, and it's really lovely. They are very happy to see each other. They share their stories, and they spend a good amount of time together. It's really, really what they both needed, considering how things ended. And they both know each other are okay, and that was important to them. But when Akko kind of poses the question, Brylan doesn't want to come back. He's like, no, I'm in heaven, dude. Like, I'm good. Like, and he's like, and Akko, not being the deepest thinker of us all, Brylan's like, most of the people who are dead, they're happy that way. Like, we're here, and that was life is just peace, and we love the part where we lived here, but this is where we are now, and that's okay, and that's good. And it makes Akko kind of rethink that mission. He's like, oh, like, not everyone is as weirdly bent on, like, not exactly revenge, but on, like, not everyone feels this way. Like, maybe I'm an outlier, but less, but more simple than that. He's just like, this is profane, this idea, this, conscripting dead. He's like, that's kind of doing the Calorel thing. Like, I meant well, but like, that's kind of fucked up. Like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't do that. And he's like, and I live in Sigil, and like, there's all this pain in Sigil. There's all these people who are being treated badly. They're getting crimed all the time. It's a rough place. And so maybe I'll focus on that for a while. Maybe I'll make those lives better, right? So he leaves Brylan, and he leaves, and he kind of gives up. He said, like, no, that mission's wrong. I need to reevaluate why I'm here. And so he does that. Minor stuff. Akko, he gets back. He misses the family. He's like, what is up with Uncle Tawny? Like, we haven't heard from that guy in a long time. So he takes John over to Cosmic Joke's place, and he's like, hey, like, you and like Hell.
You
and Hell, you two, you know the stuff. Tell me the stuff. And the Joke is like, in addition to not having a clue, because why would he? But he's also like, fuck off. Like, I hate you a lot.
Also, weren't you dead?
Yeah, weren't you dead? Why are you back? You don't even go here. Yeah. So Akko is like, okay, sure, peace out. And then he, at night, he does put giant googly eyes on the face of Moloch with sovereign glue. He does do that.
Which Moloch thinks is hilarious, and also because other people think it's hilarious, it's actually caused his numbers of people followers to increase because they're like, well, this guy's got a real sense of humor.
They were like, I thought he was scary before, but like, okay, he's fun. Yeah, that sounds perfect. That's a perfect Echo plan. Echo also visits Pythia, the seer who activated the symbols, the birthmarks, and he's like, can you get mine working again? And she tells him no, but I think she's lying. So we'll see. And then also in his spare time, Akko has noted that, the roots of some of these plants he brought are, not doing the most kindnesses to the stonework, around. And he starts digging a tunnel to the open house. He's kind of following the roots, it like makes it easier. So like when he's got some spare time, he's not like pressed about it, but he's like, yeah, like it would probably be good to get back there. There's probably a bunch of stuff there, like my stuff's there. So he doesn't know that. He's like, no one would touch my stuff.
That entire space is now just a giant like temple of Moloch, like a giant recruiting office.
He's like, he's like, there was a lot of house. There was a lot of house. They have surely not. So anyway, he's building a tunnel there. Year 3. So Akko, he changes tactics a little bit. He like utilizes the inroads he made as the Azure Ender, as well as the connections that he made while finding his way to Ryland to start gaining access to as many portals as he can. He's like he used to collect coins. He's collecting like portal keys to the and it's slow going and they're hard to get. And not everybody wants to like do it, and he gets that. But he's he is like Robin Hooding at this point. He is like he's Akko. He is Robin Hooding. He is like robbing from the rich and the corrupt. He is giving to the poor, people who needs it. And he knows that like Sigil is like a paradise for like some people, and he knows that it's a means to the end for like a lot, more people. But like it's kind of hell for like a lot of people, and not everybody wants to stay. But a lot of the people who don't want to stay can't leave. So that's really what the portal thing is about. He wants to make life better for like the people that he can, and if that means leaving, he'll help them do it. So he's kind of like he's sort of a portal ferryman, but he's also like Robin Hooding around. And that's kind of where he caps off his 3rd year, and I imagine his 4th year as well. Like it's the lane he settles into for sure. And the minor things that come with that. Edgar, Ryland's former partner, like he staved off curiosity about his new tenant in his old place. It's not his business anyway, but lately, like he kind of finds himself walking by, and he's kind of wondering about like, who is this mysterious tenant who's coming and going at all hours? And it's just a little seed, there. He's like, what's going on there? I'm curious, so he's reopening wounds a little bit, or unblocking roads. Also, R.I.P. Krampus. I know it wasn't Krampus, but I can't remember his name. The one who
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah. Akko has, and I don't know enough about this being to know if that's a possibility. But
Black Peter, yeah.
Black Peter. Black Peter is done in Sigil for now, at least.
Yeah, you can always bandage him, but he'll be back the next year.
Yeah. He'll like it'll be Akko will be a problem for Black Peter. Like so
tick.
I know, I'm just saying,
I'll be waiting for your ass.
This is, and then despite his good intentions, despite his efforts to the contrary, Akko, this Echo becomes, he's like up there on the Harmonium most wanted list. Like he's not making friends there. They can acknowledge that he is doing good, but he is not following the law. He is flagrantly violating any number of rules, both for, polite society and of their own. So he's not a friend of the Harmonium. And there's tension there. Like he's not really like beefing with them, but like he knows.
Well, there's a precinct office literally across the street.
Yes. Yeah. It's not ideal, but it's the situation that we find ourselves in. Next time on Down in Outlands.
All right. Well, shit, guys. You're awesome.
You're awesome.
A lot.
Mhm.
Thank you for all the threads to the bag. I mean, where can people find all lovely humans?
Places.
You know.
You can find me on all the socials at the Rainbow Beach, BEECH, and you can see me here sometimes doing stuff and things.
You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, Blue Sky, ONY_Draz. You can find me here, probably part of the Fang Bang Gang.
Hey. We're gonna have Dracula so hard.
That's about it.
Yeah, if anyone wants to come Dracula with us.
He's a total Dracula.
He's a total Dracula. That guy's a total Dracula.
That's all I hear whenever it says Dracula. He's total Dracula. I'm Cassandra. You can't find me anywhere except for when I'm on here. I don't think I've done anything else. It's just Chaos Scar and Down in Outlands on Mondays. Occasionally I do Bad at games, and it's one of the few games I actually play. I don't play that many games. But if you need me, just go through Ben. It's fine.
All right. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Cubicle Zombie. Other social medias too, with the same thing. You can find me at least one Monday a month here, maybe 2, sometimes 3. See what you get.
Ooh.
Don't threaten me with a good time, mate.
Yeah, not probably this month, but future months.
Future months. Hi, I'm Warrior. You can find me online at WarriorMN, except on Blue Sky, where I'm at Warrior. You can find me here on apparently most Mondays. So
that's it. We got you now.
I do this. I do the Star Wars. I do the Chaos Scar. I'll be back this month for the Chaos Scar.
Feel the hooks right into Warrior.
I mean, that feels
nice.
I don't know. But yeah, that's it.
Hey, hi. Thanks for hanging out. Tomorrow I'll be back right here from 7 to 8. And I'll be painting stuff. I might start painting Shub Niggurath, the Black Goat of the Thousand Young, or the Black Goat of the Woods with 1,000 Young. I can never say it right the first time. I don't know what I'll be painting. I think Colin is working on Rivendell. There are rumors the Big Baby Teasus might stop by and give us some results of the fundraising auction we did over the weekend. Thank you again to all of you who hung out, who entered the auction, who donated, to Chris, all the good stuff. Wednesday is a Wellness Wednesday. I'll be into whoever else shows up. We'll talk about how we're doing. We'll support one another. We'll generally be cool cats. And then Friday, it's a Fang gangbang. So we will be Draculaing super hard for at least an hour on Friday. Sunday is the return of prep school. And then Monday, Scum and Villainy, baby. It's a Star War.
This is Star Wars.
I don't know who else showing up, but I know that some of the group is in Lost and Found. And we learned that the matron's nickname is Lemon. So we'll see what happens.
That we did.
Yes. Other than that, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for being a part of things. We got new classes to come up with on prep school too. I got an idea for Chaos Scar this month. It's weird. It's a good one. It's a taking some hints off of some MR James shit. Bye, Shaggy. Thanks, Mitch, Shaggy, Super Spike, everyone else who stopped by in the chat. Hey man, have a good rest of your week. If we don't see you until then. And stay cool, dude.
Bye.
Bye.